All right, if you're invested in crypto or the traditional markets, you're going to want to stay to the end of this episode, guys, because I believe that this could be one of the biggest weeks for investors. Now, if you're not invested in crypto or the traditional markets, then what are you doing watching this video? Anyway, guys, let's get straight into it. Check out this tweet, guys. Key events that's happening this week. The November CPI inflation data on Tuesday. That's going to be big time, guys, if you're investing in these markets. The Fed interest rate decision on Wednesday. Retail sales and jobless claim data on Thursday. Service and manufacturing PMI on Friday. More Q3 2022 earning reports. This is the biggest week of the year. Guys, I think that this tweet is right. This is one of the biggest weeks for investors. Now, remember, Elon Musk has even come out and said that if the Fed does continue to raise interest rates, it could greatly amplify this recession that we're in. I think he's 100% right. But as far as, what's going on with the inflation, check out this article from Reuters. U.S. inflation will be much lower by the end of 2023, Janet Yellen says. So, guys, U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen on Sunday forecasts a substantial reduction in U.S. inflation in 2023, bearing an unexpected shock. I believe by the end of the year, you will see much lower inflation if there's not an unanticipated shock, she told CBS 60 Minutes in an interview Sunday. So, guys, keep in mind, Janet Yellen, the same person that told you inflation was transitory, is telling you that inflation is going to be reduced by the end of 2023. I don't know anything, guys. I don't know anything. Listen to Janet Yellen. She's right. She knows exactly what she's talking about. There's going to be, by the end of 2023, we're going to have 2% inflation. She said it, not me. I'll continue to cover it, but what do you guys think? Is Janet Yellen going to be right? No comment. No, I'm not doing it. Check this out. Reuters article, guys. Dollar eases, but inflation outlook stays high on investors' radars. Well, investors and, Amanda Cooper, who wrote this article, Janet Yellen says that inflation isn't going to be a thing by the end of 2023. We got nothing to worry about, guys. Cost of housing is going to come down. Gas prices are going to come down. Cost at the grocery store, it's all coming down. Don't worry, guys, because any day now, Joe Biden's Inflation Reduction Act, it's going to kick in. And once it kicks in, guys, I just can't. All right, Bloomberg. World economy heads for one of its worst years in 3 decades. Bloomberg analyst anticipates recessions in Europe and the U.S. China is seeing rebound in monetary policies on divergent paths. I mean, clearly the guy that wrote this article hadn't checked with Janet Yellen before writing this article that the world economy is going to head for one of its worst years into a massive recession. But he mentioned China in this. I got some China news. I think we need to get into. Check this out, guys. TSMC to up Arizona investment to $40 billion with a second semiconductor chip plant. The investment by TSMC is the largest foreign investment in U.S. history and the largest in the state of Arizona. So the announcement comes in the wake of the passage of the CHIPS and Science Act, which was signed into law in early August. So if you guys don't know who TSMC is, it's the largest chip manufacturer, I believe, in the world, and they were originally located in Taiwan. Now, why that's interesting? Because you guys remember, probably one of my favorite politicians on this channel, Nancy Pelosi. If you remember, she took a little improv trip to Taiwan, which really, really angered our Chinese counterparts, our Chinese friends. Now, when Nancy went there, I believe she met with this TSMC. And what I think, this is speculate. Guys, I don't know anything. I live in my mom's garage. This is not financial advice. I'm not telling you to buy this stock. I'm not telling you anything. And, I know what you think. But Kevin, manufacturing coming back to America, that's what you want, right? Of course. I want all of our manufacturing to come back. I want all the plants, all the jobs that are in China that left here. I want them all to come here. I want everything to be made in America, not everything made in China. But I think something a little more sinister is going on, because understand, guys, there's been a lot of rumors that China is going to plan to invade Taiwan. Now, if perhaps China was to invade Taiwan, the United States wouldn't want the uncertainty in chips, because we need chips for, our cars, our phones, personal computers. We need chips for so much. So I find it interesting that we got TSMC out of Taiwan right around the time when China's been, kind of hinting that they're going to invade Taiwan. Possibly nothing. I don't know, guys. So what I see happening is I see that us being in sort of a cold war with China, a sort of an economic war with China. I think, China's obviously going through their own, similar to the '08 housing crisis that we went through. China's going through some really tough times, as an economy, and not an expert on communism by any means, but a key manifesto to communism is to seize the means of production. So perhaps the CCP wants to take over Taiwan so it can control more of, Taiwan, I believe, even without TSMC, is one of the I believe it's the largest exporter of chips in the world. Correct me on that if I'm wrong. So, yeah, that's what communists do. They take over stuff. They invade, they go to war because, well, read the Communist Manifesto. Anyway, so next story, guys, U.S. Senator says he sees no reason why crypto exists. Montana Senator John Tester says regulating crypto will encourage people to think it's real. Well, you sure, to think it's real, but when we sell our crypto, you want us to pay taxes in it. So which one is it? Is it not real, fake internet money? Then why do we need to pay taxes on it if it's not real? Guys, when I win in Monopoly, when I play Monopoly, and I make massive profits because I'm a beast at Monopoly, do I need to pay taxes on that? Because that's not real money. You guys starting to... All right. Okay, in a Sunday appearance on NBC's Meet the Press, Montana farmer and teacher turned U.S. Senator John Tester told Chuck Todd that cryptocurrency has not been able to pass the smell test for me. What are you trying to smell Bitcoin for, dude? That's weird. You need some colorful language to describe crypto. Todd asked as the segment drew to a close, should the government be regulating it or banning it? One or the other, Tester replied. I have not been able to find anybody who's been able to explain to me what's there other than synthetics, which means nothing, he continued. The problem is, if we regulated it, it may give the ability of people to think it's real. I'm not a regulator and I'm not a financial person. Clearly not a financial person. That does regulation, Tester disclaimed, but concluded his thoughts on crypto by saying, I see no reason why this stuff should exist. I really don't. Montana. Get this guy out of the Senate. Get him out of there, guys. I mean, again, he's literally admitting, guys, I don't know anything about this. I don't know anything. I'm a farmer and a teacher or something. I don't know anything about it, but I think we need to ban it and get rid of it because I don't understand it and I don't like it and nobody's been able to explain it to me. This is the problem, guys. This is the problem. And, but Kevin, he's a Democrat, so you're attacking him. Oh, trust me, there's a lot of Republicans that want to get rid of this shit too. I bet you, go look up what Mitt Romney said. I don't even know what Mitt Romney said about crypto. Mitt Romney's a Republican. I bet you he hates crypto. Who else? I mean, you guys, there's a ton of Republicans that hate this stuff. The Democrats seem to hate it more than the Republicans, perhaps. And then it's another segment of people that just don't understand it, and they either just say ignorant things or they just want to ban it, like this guy. Anyway, next story, guys. Check this out. China reveals digital yuan with expiration date where people are forced to spend and not allowed to save. CBDCs are slavery. Bitcoin is freedom. China reveals their digital yuan with the expiration date where people are forced to save and not allowed to spend. China is experimenting with digital money with an expiration date, meaning that citizens will be forced to spend and not save. The digital yuan could usher in an era of total population control as people who aren't allowed to save money will be more dependent on the government. So again, guys, inflation takes away your savings, and what CBDCs does is not even allow you to save, because if the government, what the government wants to do, guys, the government doesn't want people to save. They want that velocity of money. They want the money constantly, because then, they're taxing it more, of course. They want that velocity of money, and if they can keep that velocity of money, they can kind of keep the economy going. You got to keep the Ponzi going to keep it alive, right? So and again, guys, these CBDCs, I want you to always remember this. When we talked about this before on this channel, this was a conspiracy theory. That central bank digital currencies was the conspiracy theory. And keep in mind, central bank digital currencies are built on blockchain technology. The same blockchain technology that the senator in the last article was saying isn't real, needs to be banned, and isn't going to do anything and isn't good, or he doesn't understand it. So guys, do you see why I get so frustrated? Why I get so frustrated? Because it's like, on one hand, you have, most of you that are watching this that, if you made it this far in the video, you're probably pretty smart. You kind of have a good idea of what's going on geopolitically, and you definitely have a good idea of what's going on in this economy. But then you have guys, that really don't understand what a CBDC is and the dangers of it. And then you have guys that, just don't understand that CBDC is essentially just blockchain technology, but blockchain technology used by a centralized entity that may not have your best interests at hand. Anyway, guys, so say no to CBDCs. Let's talk some Cardano, guys. I haven't talked Cardano in a while, and I know a lot of you that are watching this are super bullish on Cardano. I'll be honest, in the past couple months, due to recent events, I've kind of become more of a Bitcoin maximalist. And again, guys, I watch a lot of Charles Hoskinson, the founder of Cardano's live streams. I think he's I don't know, guys. I think he seems like a pretty good dude. Definitely smart. Definitely a sharp guy. Now, is he a good guy? Is he one of the good guys? I think so, but I'm not 100% sure, guys. If Charles Hoskinson came to New Orleans, came to Louisiana, I wouldn't let him stay at my house. No offense, Charles. But check out this tweet, guys, because this tweet is really important. And what this is demonstrating is what's called the blockchain trilemma. Now, the problem with most cryptocurrencies, and especially almost all altcoins, is they don't solve this blockchain trilemma. And most of them have two of these three assets: scalability, security, and decentralization. So for example, Bitcoin has decentralization and security, but the scalability is a problem with Bitcoin because it's so slow. Ethereum has, I believe, the security and the scalability because of the layer 2s, but it doesn't have the decentralization, I believe. So a lot of the cryptos have 2 of the 3. Some of them only have 1 of the 3, a lot of the altcoins. But what a lot of people who are super bullish and a lot smarter than me say about Cardano, that it actually solves the blockchain trilemma of security, decentralization, and scalability. Now, again, let me remind y'all, as always, not financial advice, guys. I definitely would not tell you to buy Cardano right now. I'm not telling you to buy anything. I took all of my Cardano and I bought Cardano NFTs with it. I went all in Cardano NFTs. And if you follow this channel, a lot of those NFTs are doing good. You holders of mutant NFTs, mutant Crocs, mutant Toads, killing it with those. And a couple of the other ones, are doing really, really well. And I actually, the Clay Nation, that one's doing really well. And I like my position in my Cardano NFTs, because if all these guys are right and this blockchain booms, oh man, you Cardano NFT holders are going to be very, very happy. Very, very happy because, well, anyway, and Cardano's all-time high. Cardano's around like 30, 40 cents right now, and its all-time high was $3. So I could definitely see it getting, 5 to 10 in the next bull run, of course. But anyway, check this out, guys. EPA studies Bitcoin mining. They may end up realizing it's a tool for reducing methane emissions. U.S. lawmakers want environmental agencies to study crypto mining energy impact. The Crypto Asset Environmental Transparency Act would direct the EPA to impose greenhouse gas emission reports rules on crypto mining facility and assess their overall impact on the U.S. environment. Well, that's interesting, guys, because I think what the next kind of wave is, obviously, green energy to mine, Bitcoin. But I think what's going to be big is the flare gas. When you see all these refineries, a lot of these refineries, they're burning off gas, they're burning off product because just it's a byproduct of what they're making. And when they have this excess gas, it's just cheaper for them to burn it off into the atmosphere and pollute the town that I live in, but then to actually package it and to sell it or to use it for something else. So it's just a byproduct. So what the Bitcoin mining companies are trying to do is say, hey, hold on. This is energy that you're burning off. This is power. Now, it might not be the cleanest, but if we filter it through a mining operation where we can mine Bitcoin, and it's not exactly green energy, but it's wasted energy anyway because it's just going into the sky. So I believe that a lot, Shell and a lot of big oil and gas companies are actually experimenting with this now. It's in a lot of pilot programs, and I believe in the next 10 years, it's going to be a huge industry, guys. And it's good for the environment. So if it's good for the environment, I think it's something that we need to investigate. Michael Saylor tweeted this. A lot of people, and Michael Saylor was on the Patrick Bet-David podcast. I suggest going to listen to it because he breaks down a lot of what the MicroStrategy Bitcoin strategy was. So this is the performance since August 10th, 2020, when MicroStrategy adopted its Bitcoin strategy. Keep in mind, MicroStrategy was the first publicly traded company to adopt the Bitcoin standard. And guys, since then, the MicroStrategy stock is up 65%. Bitcoin is up 44%. The S&P 500, 17%. But guys, check out the tech stocks. Netflix down 34%. Amazon down 43%. Meta, which is Facebook, down 56%. So what a lot of people would have said is for them to buy gold or silver. Look how much gold's down. Look at the bond index since they adopted the strategy. So guys, don't believe the fake news. Michael Saylor's Bitcoin strategy is going to be seen as one of the greatest invested moves ever. And other companies, I believe Elon Musk said he even contacted Michael Saylor to figure out how he was able to add Bitcoin to its balance sheet when Tesla did it. So this is big stuff, guys. This is big stuff. Check this out, guys. This is internet versus crypto adoption. So what's interesting is, from the 1990s to 2000s, when the internet was just coming out. Remember AOL was on like a free disc. You got like 10 free hours or whatever, dial-up internet. I had all of that. And, it's very similar to the crypto adoption that we're seeing right now in terms of users. And as those users go up, as more dApps are created, as more NFTs, more ecosystems, more crypto gaming projects, more mining companies, all of this is adopted. More and more data is being moved to the blockchain. Your car titles, your house titles, insurance documents, all that's going to be on the blockchain very, very soon. Very, very soon. So that's just more adoption. Now, again, guys, just because you don't see the adoption, I try to cover it on this channel. So if you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe. Like this video. It helps with the algorithm. All right, guys. Next story. FTX founder. I hope I haven't killed crypto. I can't talk about this guy right now, guys. I'm done. Check out this guy's good news. Rise of Polygon. Starbucks, Reddit, and Meta set stage for mainstream adoption in 2022. Layer 2 Ethereum scaling solutions have created buzz across the crypto ecosystem. Polygon Matic outperformed other major cryptocurrencies following the FTX collapse. So, guys, Polygon Matic, again, super bullish for you. I know a lot of you watching this are Matic holders. Polygon Matic appears to have become the industry standard crypto, meaning a lot of big businesses are choosing to partner with them, for NFT related ventures. And I think we're going to see a lot more of that. I think we're going to see a lot, because it's such a useful tool in terms of in storing customer data, and as far as customer retention, and as far as advertising campaigns, different ways to advertise. There's a lot of loyalty programs. I believe that's what Starbucks is using it for, so like think about back in the day, you had a little punch card of, if you got 10 coffees, you bought 10 coffees, you get one free or whatever. Well, now with NFT and blockchain technology, all that's going to be automatic on an immutable ledger forever. So super bullish on Polygon Matic, and it has, like they were saying here, since the FTX collapse, it has actually performed decent compared to other cryptos. Imagine what Polygon Matic will do in a bull market. We will continue to cover this project extensively. All right, next story, guys. Gary V. Wise said 97 to 99% of NFTs would go to zero, and what it means in 2023 and beyond. I suggest going to read this article, guys. I'm not going to go through all of it, but yeah, Gary V. and I've also said that most NFT projects are going to go to zero. NFTs by far are your most riskiest speculative investments you can make. Me personally, guys, I do have a small risk tolerance for NFTs because I believe that I'm pretty good at picking the right projects. And again, guys, but I take the good with the bad, meaning that I know my NFT portfolio is going to have a couple duds in it, but my W's will pay for all the duds. So, and guys, if you made it this far in the video, remember later today I got a video coming out. I put 11 grand in Michael Franzese NFT project. And no matter what happens, guys, I'm going to make a video and go over all the results of what happens with that launch. Like, I'll break down my strategy if it's successful. If I screw up and lose money, I'll make a video on that, and I'll break down why I screwed up. But again, guys, so make sure you subscribe. Make sure you got, notifications on, because that's going to be an awesome video. I can't wait. I can't wait. Check out this story, guys. SBF didn't like decentralized Bitcoin. ARK Invest CEO Kathy Wood says Bitcoin was beyond the control of Sam Bankman-Fried, while Michael Saylor says the former FTX CEO undermined the Bitcoin network. See, guys, no wonder Sam Bankman-Fried didn't like Bitcoin. It's transparent, decentralized. He couldn't control it. The FTX and other cases like Celsius and Alameda suggest that decentralization and transparency are paramount as antidotes to the gross mismanagement that can be associated with centralized intermediaries, especially fraudulent ones. Of course, guys, so many of you out there, so many in the media, so many politicians, your neighbors, your friends are like, oh, Kevin, look, FTX, we told you Bitcoin was bad. FTX has nothing to do with Bitcoin. Sam Bankman-Fried was a criminal. They didn't even have Bitcoin. They were selling fake Bitcoin to the users because they were protected by the SEC. And they had political donations to literally all the politicians. So they were essentially above the law. And they got caught. Why did they get caught? Because there's justice in the world, guys. There's justice in the universe. They were so stupid that there was really no way they could get caught with the level of protection in media coverage, the favorable media coverage, politicians, influencers, all backing them, and they still screwed it up because I believe that there's justice in the world. Anyway, guys, if you made this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Drop me a 100 emoji in the comments, guys. I'm Classic Kev. Hope to see y'all in the episode tonight for the Michael Franzese NFT. Anyway, y'all, I'm out. Peace.